I will go wherever you go, wherever you lay your head.
Las Vegas buffets. Besides the gambling, the entertainment, and the fine dining, it's still one of the biggest attractions in Las Vegas. Many people come to Vegas and feel that they have to have the Las Vegas buffet experience. It's truly an extravagant experience, and having been to many other cities in this world, I can tell you that it is truly special. The mega hotels, the incredible hotels, the scenery, and the concept of all you can eat. And some of these buffets are incredible. They have some excellent food, and you can't believe that you can have all you can eat of these fine items, expensive items, for one price. Most people that come to Las Vegas are on vacation, but there's a lot of us that live here and we make our home here, and we're not on vacation year-round. So sometimes we're looking for more budget-friendly options. The buffet prices are higher than ever before, and it's no longer a bargain. You're actually going to pay quite a bit to have the buffet experience now. And some of you may not like the buffet format, where everything is produced in mass quantities and sit under a heat lamp. Some people still prefer a restaurant where everything is made to order. And if you're an average eater, you can eat maybe 1 or 2 plates. Maybe it's not quite worth it. It's no different from going to a restaurant. But some people are big eaters. Me, I'm not a professional eater, but I do eat a lot. I eat more than your average person. So sometimes I am looking for the all-you-can-eat deals, or the buffets where you pay one price and you can have as much as you want. So in this video, I'm about to show you the cheapest buffet that I know in Las Vegas. And this occurred because I was driving and I was super hungry. I was starving. So I was looking for an all-you-can-eat deal. And I remembered this place that had the cheapest, most amazing price. I didn't say it was the best buffet, but I did say it is the cheapest buffet that I know in Las Vegas. If you're heading east on Flamingo from Bally's, it's just about 5-10 minutes east. It's not the best quality, but if you can find a couple of items that you like, you can have as much as you want for a very, very low price. There's a buffet called KIRIN buffet. This buffet used to be $7.75 all day. This is the cheapest priced buffet that I know of in Las Vegas as of now, October 30th, 2021. So I'm going to give you my honest and objective opinion of this place. To sum it up, it used to be better. Right now the price is $8.99 for lunch Monday through Friday. All other times, Saturday, Sundays, evenings, holidays, it's $10.99 currently. Let's look at the selection. I'll do a walkthrough and just see what they have to offer. Keep in mind that this was filmed in 4K and with video editing. If you're planning to come here to eat, I recommend you read the Yelp.com reviews. You'll get an idea of people's reaction, and it's a very mixed review. Some of the reviews were pretty amusing and hilarious. One person said that they knew the risk and they were up for the challenge. That person gave this place 3 out of 5 stars. The main reason that people come here is gotta be the price. That's what I would think. I pretty much knew what to expect, so I wasn't disappointed. And I knew I wasn't gonna be impressed. I knew this wasn't going to be a top of the line buffet. This is a budget buffet where you find an all you can eat deal for around $9-10. You can't beat that. For me, I knew that if I found 1 or 2 items that I liked and it was all you can eat, then it was worth it for $10. You can see the food for yourself, but some of it's gonna look really good. Like I said, it is 4K and edited. One of the complaints that a lot of the people had was the temperature of the food. A lot of people say that it's just lukewarm or tepid, but my honest opinion is there were some hot items and there were items that were lukewarm and had been sitting for a while. But that's kind of to be expected, and I knew that was the case at this place. At the same time, for the price, and the food was not terrible. In fact, some of it was pretty good. Have I had better food? You can watch my playlist and see my videos. Have I had worse food? Yes. The food was not as bad as some of the reviews stated, and some people stated that they actually loved the food here. What I found was that some of the food was indeed really good, and a lot of it was average, mediocre, or subpar. But that's what I expected. Your expectations will have a lot to do with your restaurant experience. I don't know if it was my mindset or expectation, but I was actually pleasantly surprised by some of the items. They were actually done pretty well. And I'll confess, I'm not a good critic. I'm pretty easy to please. There were some items that I chose not to get. I stayed away from some dishes, and at the same time, I got some that I didn't think would be very good, but I was actually really surprised. It was pretty good. I have these moments where I need to have an all-you-can-eat, where I can just eat as much as I want. And for this price, I thought this was a good deal. So I was hoping that I could find one or two items that I really liked, and if I could add a salad and a dessert, even better. Amongst the mediocre items, there were some items that really surprised me and was really good. The pork chops were really good. But the one that shocked me was the chicken. The roast chicken was incredible, and I'm not exaggerating. This was seriously one of the best chicken I had in a while. A lot of the chicken that I get at buffets are usually not good, but this one surprised me. This was incredible. It was hot, it was juicy, there was a really good seasoning on the skin. This was totally unexpected. I never expected the chicken to be so good. This was my favorite item at this place. But in contrast to some of the pretty good meat dishes, the pasta and the noodles were mushy. And some of the dishes, like the broccoli and beef, were not spectacular, but they were not bad either. They were pretty standard actually. And for the price, this was a fair deal. If you do plan on trying this place out, you should know that the dinner buffet is not much different from the lunch buffet. They only have a couple of items that are different. For the dinner buffet, they added fried shrimp, clams, and maybe one or two other items, but I can't really remember. It was basically the same. There wasn't much that I noticed to be different between lunch and dinner. I ate from lunchtime all the way to dinner time and paid a second fee. Just kidding. I came back the next day for dinner just to see what the dinner buffet was like, for the sake of the video. For the dinner buffet, I found that they added short ribs. At least I think they were short ribs. It was a little bit sweeter than what I was used to. But it's all you can eat meat. And as I said before at the beginning of the video, if you only eat one or two plates, maybe you're better off going to a regular restaurant. But for an all-you-can-eat deal, if you can eat more than 3 or 4 plates and you're only paying $8 to $10, $9 to $10, it's a pretty good deal. And I would agree with some of the reviews that said that although they don't have spectacular food, they do have some pretty good items that are decent. And it is one of the cheapest buffets in Las Vegas right now. You get your salad, your entrees, and dessert. The fruit was actually pretty good. Although most of it was from a can, it's still pretty good. Mandarin oranges are always good. And they have your desserts, kind of standard for a lot of these type of Chinese buffets. They were pretty standard as well. And if you don't feel like cakes or fruit, you can get ice cream. They have an ice cream machine, self-serve. You can make your ice cream cone, vanilla, chocolate, or swirl. And so that's it. The cheapest buffet in Las Vegas. So if you're a visitor, or if you live here, you lost all your money gambling, or you're just looking for an all-you-can-eat deal for cheap, this is an option for you, the KIRIN buffet. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.